When the divine feminine feels anxious, she has butterflies. She has chemistry. Don't believe the Disney movies. If you have butterflies and chemistry, it's because your nervous system is dysregulated and you are feeling anxious. Number 2, the divine feminine is going to feel very self-conscious. I remember in past relationships where I wasn't in a safe place and my nervous system was like screaming at me that this person's unsafe. I was constantly like pushing my hair and looking in the mirror and getting eyelash extensions and doing the most to feel pretty around him because I did not feel confident when I was around him. I was anxious. Number 3, a feminine woman who is anxious is doing the most. She is fully in her masculine. She is hustling for her worth. She is cleaning his house. She is taking him on dates. She's making him extravagant boo baskets. She's doing the most in intimate settings. She is performing for him. She is trying to chase him and be chosen. That is an anxious feminine.
And how a masculine man feels in an anxious situation, in an anxious relationship. First, he's going to feel non-confident. He's not going to have the confidence to show up in all the ways that he needs to for her. He's going to come off as shady. He's going to come off as being reluctant. He's going to not come across as being this man that the woman is actually looking for in the relationship. She's going to have questions, red flags are going to jump up, and it's not even going to be purposefully driven by him. It's just how he's going to come off. His aura is going to come off as not strong. He's going to come off with kind of a weak mentality. Number 2 is he's going to be nervous. He's going to come across in that same way with the non-confidence. It all kind of runs into one. He's going to not be able to be articulate when he's talking. He's not going to be able to present himself with a calm demeanor. He may be all over the place in conversation, and he won't bring to the table what it is that she's looking for either, because he's not going to come across as a intelligent individual because he's going to be so nervous in the way he's presenting himself. He's going to come off kind of scattered or chaotic. 3, he's going to oversell himself. He's going to feel like he needs to be more than who he really is, and he's going to have to be continuously looking for different avenues to boast himself because he's not going to feel like he's enough. He's going to be trying to show accolades. He's going to be presenting things that he normally may not do because he's so anxious in this type of dating scenario that he feels like he's just got to keep saying one thing after another to try to impress her. And 4 is he might even come off a little bit shy or even possibly feel like he's just not good enough. And so within that, it's going to all relate back to the first one that I talked about, which is his confidence. It's just not going to be there.
When a divine feminine feels calm as opposed to anxious in a relationship, she's going to feel very restful. There are no butterflies. Oftentimes she's sleepy. The first 3 months of our relationship, I slept so much. Every time I lay my head on his shoulder, and still to this day, if I lay my head on his chest, I am flooded with these hormones of sleep and rest, because that's how a divine feminine feels when she's in a good situation and she has calm energy. She is happy. She is childlike. In many cases, she will laugh like she did when she was a little child. There have been many times where I've been laughing so hard I cannot get my breath, and I can't remember the last time that I was that happy. That is how a divine feminine feels in a calm situation. She just feels like she can be a kid and let all of her worries and fears in the world, in this scary world, go for the first time in a very long time, and she can just be happy to be alive. And lastly, a divine feminine who's in a calm, energetic place, she's willing to allow him to help her. In many cases, we call this submission. I don't like how that word is used in our everyday vernacular, but when I'm saying submissive, I'm referring to her willingness to receive, to allow him to help her, and to allow him to do all of the little tasks that make her life easier. She is not like, oh, no, don't worry, babe, I'll do it for you, you rest. No, she's sitting back and she's letting him take care of her and letting him do the most and create that safety.
And in the divine masculine, when he starts to feel calm in that relationship or has a sense of calm within him, he has a very strong feeling of confidence. He is going to show up in all the ways for that relationship, purpose-driven. He is going to feel the confidence that's needed, that knowing that the woman that he is dating is into him, that is loving him, and is receptive to what it is that he is bringing to the table for her. So he's going to have that confidence right out of the gate because he's going to be calm in his demeanor. He's also going to be totally engaged in what is going on in the relationship. He is not going to be nonchalant. He's not going to be wondering. He is going to be engaged in conversation. He's going to be engaged actively in doing tasks. And he's going to be engaged in feeling that he is bringing something strong to the table for her in that relationship. She is going to feel the confidence that he is pouring out through that engagement. Just talked about a second ago, but that purpose-driven will be there as well. He is going to be so goal-oriented within it, to want to strive to be strong. He is going to want to provide in all the ways for her. He's going to be looking for ways to protect her through not just physicality, but emotionally, to provide that safety that you were just talking about, to allow her to feel the confidence in allowing you to lead her. And that is so important in a relationship, that he brings up and shows up in all the ways. That's the most important one that I feel is just the goal-oriented. He is going to be driven in all purpose. He is going to be driven in wanting to lead the family. He is going to be driven in their relationship to set goals, to become a stronger, better man, not simply because she wants him to be that, but because she's standing beside him and she just uplifts him and makes him drive naturally in a way to be wanting more for the family, wanting to be out there doing things, striving to create, striving to use his brain, and striving to feel like he is doing all that he can for her.